Flying without snow this week. I don't know where she is. Kind of missing in action. So we got to my left.
It's Stella again.
There we go.
Alisa.
Shawna again.
And
Havana. Welcome
daughter.
Welcome to the podcast.
First time on the
Shawna, are you going to be
podcast.
okay with her listening in on
Yeah,
on these stories? You've heard all these stories?
We share way too much with each other.
We talk over coffee every morning.
I know. I follow you on Facebook. I see the text conversations. Yeah, so the podcast we did a few weeks ago was kind of one of our, I won't say best ones, because we cut down on myself. But it was one of the more popular ones that we've had. I don't know what it is about it. Somehow if you get away from talking about politics and shit like that, you don't alienate people. You seem to get more response to it.
Whoa, weird.
I know. So I guess we'll just continue with what we were going on that time. And let's start with ghosting. Man, it seems like ghosting is like the new thing to do. It's like I didn't experience it to my last relationship. I got ghosted, just out of the blue. Came back from Sedona, had this great romantic trip for 3 days, and then nothing. Until my birthday. She would call me on my birthday. At midnight on my birthday, she called. And then I haven't heard from her since.
People don't know how to communicate anymore. If you don't have a good time, it feels overwhelming. People honestly don't know how to communicate back in the day before social media and everything, when now that's the only way that we communicate,
Right, because people feel even breaking up feels like it's easier to do it through text.
I mean, I guess it depends on how long the relationship is, too. If you're just barely dating, I prefer to be ghosted because I don't want to have that awkward conversation over and over again. Also, I don't want to break up with someone. I feel like ghosting's just easier.
It's sort of normalized these days, honestly.
I mean, I communicate really well. I probably over-communicate. That's why nothing's working out. Because dudes are like, fuck, okay, lady, you've got emotions. We know. But ghosting's kind of easy when you're not super invested in someone, I guess.
Oh, if you're not super invested, I feel like it's a lot easier to be like...
Yeah, a few dates or something.
Yeah, but what if you've been seeing this person for a few months, though?
That's kind of weird. I mean, that is weirder. I would in person break up with someone if it had been a couple months.
If you're sleeping with someone, that would be very odd to just quit talking.
Yeah.
And what are you up to? That just sounds terrible.
Right, because Stella, you just kind of experienced this, right? But although yours is a bit different, I think yours is more like a zombie type thing. Where you get ghosted, but then they come back around, and then they disappear again, and they come back around.
It was a whole experience because I got radio silence for about 32 hours, if I did the math right. And then it was drawn out even more to tell me, I don't think I want to be in a relationship, this and that, and it was okay, so you couldn't have told me this how long ago? I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me to draw it out that long because I'm okay, I'm anxious. I'm over here sick to my stomach if you don't just say, anything.
Right.
But you're going to read my last text and leave that unread for 32 hours and then say something at 1 a.m. when you know that I'm probably asleep.
Well, isn't it worse, though? Oh, so they read it, so you can see that they read.
I could see that they had opened my last message, yes.
That.
And then nothing, and I was okay, so did I do something? And I was waiting, because sometimes a couple hours would go by, fine. Sometimes 6 hours would go by, and it's that's fine. People have shit to do, people sleep, it's normal to have a life outside of talking to someone on your phone. But it was just a weird amount of time to be not saying anything when we regularly talked.
Right.
And especially, my friends could see their Snapchat location, and their Snapchat location was bouncing from here to their house to, another house to, bullhead, and it was like, okay, so you can bounce all over the place. You're telling me you had a mental breakdown, but if you were having a mental breakdown, wouldn't you want to be more reclusive and in your house? And like, I don't know.
Maybe it was just like that's how that person felt. It would be gently letting you down.
It was not gently letting me down. It was extremely triggering because in the past I dated somebody long distance that basically it went from like 6 to 8 hours of like nothing to like 2 days to like a whole week at one point. And I was like, all right, breaking point. Like, we're breaking up. This is long distance. Like, you cannot just not communicate with me for like a week.
I feel bad for you guys because, like, your generation is conditioned to, like, need automatic response.
It's not even
I mean,
automatic
honestly,
response.
like,
it's just
it's
more so, like, this is a reasonable time frame for me when I'm talking
No, but
to
it
you
seems like it
regularly
should
for
be, but
this.
But it's
amount of
because you
time.
guys have everything in your hands, is what I'm saying. I guess, like, back in the day, we had the option to not have to respond right away and, like, think things over, as where you guys are like, you have technology in your hand. Why are you not just telling me right now how the hell you feel? And I understand, like, that anxiety. Like, it's really unfair, I think. I think, like, this whole situation is unfair.
Right,
I
because,
feel like
we used to have the option where if they called and they left a message on your answering machine, they don't know
Right.
whether you heard it or not.
Yeah.
You make a paper airplane. and
Exactly.
fly into their
You
backyard.
opened my
Exactly.
message.
You could be like, I had a cough, and my mom said
You
no.
opened my message and you
Yeah.
just couldn't say, like, I'm not going to be on my phone or something. Like, just some indication
No,
of,
I
I'm not going
agree.
to talk to you for a good period of
Yeah.
time and you don't need to worry about it.
I think especially because, like, you guys already established, like, you were talking often, like, all the time. It
and
wasn't...
we had established that we were like, okay, I think we can kind of try to pursue things here.
Yeah, it wasn't...
And then it was a
If
very
the talking was all the
weird-
time to nothing, then absolutely.
It was an
yeah.
extreme energy flip to me. To where it was like, okay, so you can ghost me, and then you can kind of just say whatever, and then now it's like,
No, that's
Nothing.
not chill. I mean, it's not.
it is what it is, but I'm like, at least I didn't waste too much of my time.
I keep wasting time dating younger guys, and they're just like, everything's just on the fly. Like, I'll hit you up, I won't. Like, days can go by, or I'm gonna be obsessive today. You know, that kind of situation. And I don't know, I've become like kind of numb to it.
So basically, they're like, I want to get laid today. Where
Yes,
the fuck
today.
are you?
And then I'm gonna hit you up
Yeah,
every
I
2
feel
days
like
to
if
be like, you're
somebody-
still on my list.
On the roster.
Oh my god, me? I feel so
Unattractive.
blessed. But, and then there's that day that it's just like, I can't stop thinking about you. I love you. You're amazing. You're this and that. And it's like, I feel very cool with the ghosting thing sometimes.
Right? You're like, oh, I don't have to do it.
It's fine if you
I
don't
feel like
want.
I'm a ghoster if it's like we're talking like, okay, we just started talking, and then I kind of go ghost just because I have ADHD and I'll talk to people
Right.
like if I'm dating, and then it's like kind of forget about people that you don't really click with, but it's not intentional,
Right.
and it's more so like right on the dating app, not hey, we've been talking for months, like I'm just gonna ghost you.
You
Bye.
want to hear a good ghosting story though?
Mm-hmm.
And this happened like years ago before I moved to Kingman, and it wasn't purely ghosting. I had my ex-girlfriend. We were together like 3 years. We were going to get engaged. We were going to move in together. My lease was expiring within a month, so we were planning on it. But she was bipolar, and before we make the jokes, we did this on the last podcast, where it's a disorder. You have to treat it like that. You have to be empathetic with them and realize what their triggers are and stuff like that. So I was doing all that, the right stuff. I'd started a new job in Boston, and we live just outside of Boston, by 15 miles. And it was on my birthday. I started this new job, and so I'm driving to Boston to start this new job. On the way home, my transmission goes out on my car. And I have to, I don't even remember how I got home, took a cab or something to get home. Got the car towed. I was supposed to go over to her house to have, dinner for my birthday. I called her up. I said, hey, I can't make it. My car broke down. And she's like, it's always something with you. And I was just like, well, a little sympathy here. It's my car broke down. It's my birthday. And she lived about 10 miles from me, so I was just like, hey, can you come get me? I'll stay at your place, and I'll just take the T into Boston tomorrow, And she's like, no, click.
Oh no.
She was done.
Yeah.
That was it. It was the final straw. You're stranded. I'm done.
So it's my birthday, 2011. I lose my car. I lose my girlfriend. And since I didn't have a way to work in the morning, I lost my job all in one day. Which is how I got to Kingman.
Silver linings, right?
Yes.
Sure. Is getting to Kingman Everest?
No, it wasn't. But my kids lived here, and I was flying from Boston to Vegas to drive down here every 6 weeks. In the meantime, I was working 7 days a week in order to accrue enough time to come out here to see my kids.
Oh my God.
Now, I could see her frustration. Like, she's like, well, you never have time for me, And I'm like, yeah, that's kind of true. But no, we would stay, we would see each other on the weekends, and we would, spend the night during the week and stuff like that. And so just nothing. And I was calling her and being like, look, I don't really want to move. My lease is expiring. I'm not going to sign another lease here if you and I aren't together. And so, all the way up, and so they made plans. I got a job here in Kingman, sight unseen, got hired. I'm like, well, I'm going to do this. Started shipping my stuff out here. And all the way it was like a movie. Even on the airplane, I'm about to board the airplane. I'm still texting her like, you sure? You sure? I don't want to get on this plane. And didn't hear from her.
She's like, bitch, just cut you off, bro. That's hardcore.
I'm glad my heartbreak is your laughter.
Sorry.
That was tragic.
Sorry.
So I come out here, and I'm like, oh, screw it. Immediately jump on the dating sites and stuff like that. And I met somebody within 2 weeks here. And it's like, all right, the best thing is just to get that out of my mind and start seeing somebody else. And that worked good for about 3 months until she moved to Montana or something like that. And then I just became, just like this dating whore around here.
Who isn't, though? It's so hard to date
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
It is.
So, even the dude that I'm talking to right now, he's 7 years younger than me, literally know his ex. Someone
Right.
who's dated everyone. So it's hard because it's like, you make friendships with people, and it's
Right.
like, hey, are you cool with me dating your ex?
You do.
Is that all right with you?
Honestly, you go on dates with people, and you guys start talking, and you realize I'm about to have a certain group of enemies.
Well, even last week,
Because who knows?
I matched with someone and messaged Alisa because we're mutual friends with this person, and I'm like, hey, I matched with this person. What's he like? You have to vet everyone.
You do.
Was this
You
guy
literally
crazy?
do, and I get that. I get those messages constantly from people, and I'm like, I'm in the same boat. I have been single a very long time, and I also have to. You have to go through their family. You have to just
Right.
vet everybody.
Have I dated anyone you're related?
Yeah.
Have I
Yeah,
dated
exactly.
your kid?
We are at that age too. I'm sorry, world, where it's your dad or you. Because boy, you right there, aren't you? 23, 43. We be hanging out.
Back in the day, I had it so much easier. I was living in this town where it was like Kingman, where everybody knew everybody, and we would break up with somebody, and then one of their friends would be immediately calling, oh, are you okay? I'm like, yeah. Oh, you sound sad. Do you want to go out this weekend and talk? I'm like, sure. And then I found out that they were just kind of just passing me around.
I mean, it's the same here. All
It
the
is.
time.
It really is. We're still park
I
play.
got separated. I had dudes' friends hitting me up we always knew he was terrible. Okay, why didn't you say I know
Yeah.
6 years
Same.
ago?
Well, isn't that kind of like, well, good, it's your problem now. To end that other story, though, in the midst of, becoming like a whore like everybody else in Kingman, sorry.
We're all whores. High fives all around.
Is, that person eventually called me. And she had said immediately, like within 3 weeks, she already moved in with another guy, some rich guy that owns a restaurant in New Hampshire and stuff like
How's
that.
your car?
Yeah, has a car. you know, hey. But no, it was just like, oh, no. And she goes, I made a mistake. And I was like, okay, well, I'm in Las Vegas now. You know, you want to come out here? She said, yeah, I should. And still to this day, about every 6 months, they'll come like, hey, how you doing? I was thinking about you and what a great relationship we had. I'm like, hey, have you left the restaurant guy yet?
Right.
No.
Oh, so when things are going shitty with him, you're the emotional support.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's wild.
Like I said, you know, I have like I call them like boomerangs. You toss them and they just come back around. Or usually
break that one in half.
Yeah, no joke.
Usually they're the ones doing the tossing,
Don't
but
let
then
them
they
come back.
You can't help it though.
Kill it with fire, Michael.
Yeah, but you know I have to work here. No offense to anybody here, but the dating pool is really shallow.
Full fucking offense.
I take no offense because I'm not from here, and I do. I mean, it's bad here. Dating here is wild.
It is. It's so bad.
Shit garbage.
Yeah.
It makes me feel bad about myself. I seriously, every time I fly back to Portland and I'm with my, like, I have no family here really. And every time I fly back, I meet people every day and we get so close. And I meet a million people that I could potentially match with, but I'm always like, I'm going back home and I feel like I don't want to do all that. But I have such a better, like, communication and connections with people there in a week. And when I come back here where people feel like, I feel like constantly ignored or like if people are angry or something, I'm like, I feel like I'm blacklisted all the time.
Well, you know why, right?
No.
Because you're beautiful and you have tits.
No. It's the boobs. You know? I gotta start.
Jealous.
It's hoodies. I need to shut it down. I'm like, I need friends.
Those luscious lips, Lisa. Damn you.
Hey. These are natural. These were $10,000. What can you do? Hate me, but I paid for that fucking hate.
You know, say what you will about this town, though, because we could say a lot. But as all of you would know, you know, dating sucks. But the people you meet, the friends that you have in this town, are the best people I've ever met in my life.
I have met very cool people here.
Yeah, no.
No, not everybody, but
It's just hard to find them, but when you do find them,
Right.
it's like really great. And everybody's from somewhere else, which is really cool as well. Like, because you get to meet people from around the world. Like, I actually had a really cool job at one point through a summer working at the Powerhouse, and just having people come through was phenomenal. You met people from around the world every day. And you do get that from Kingman because you almost never meet somebody that was born here. So you do get like all walks of life, different experience. Mm-hmm. It's just that because it's so small, there are like cliques sometimes, and then there's just like the very elderly mentality here. Like it's always been a retirement community, which is why things get approved, like the Dollar Generals and everything else, because it's always the hierarchy.
oh, believe this is why, you know, politics. You know,
It is. No,
we
it is.
get better ratings when we don't talk about politics.
Sorry, I'm like run you into the ground.
No.
Anyway, about your boobs.
Anyway, back to my boobs.
See,
It's a podcast.
Shawna
I'm sorry,
knows
there's
what
no,
sells.
there's no screen
Now, if
here.
we only had like the visual
I
aspect,
told
you
we
know.
needed to start a reality redemption TikTok live.
We need to start just
No, film it.
just get a camera and set it
Yeah.
up and film it, and then just
podcast.
set it up so we're all at a decent angle.
I'll make
to
it
be filmed.
lucrative. Well, I'll make this pay out, man.
No, so I said, were you born here?
No, I was born in San Diego,
You were born in San Diego.
California,
Yeah.
not
Okay.
Texas. I don't claim Texas.
Nobody here does.
The St. Texas.
We boycotted Texas, but that's politics.
None of that.
So San Diego.
I was born here.
You're born here?
Across the street from Taco Bell, baby. That's me.
Walmart bathroom.
Yep.
But you tried to escape, though.
I did, man. I tried to claw my way out. My mom became a lesbian. The whole thing was just a nightmare, really.
So your mom became a lesbian, hence
She
that's
did.
why you went to Portland.
Probably.
That makes so much sense.
I mean, I'm bi as fuck, but
Yeah.
But I always laugh driving down Stockton Hill. I'm always like, I was born across the street from Taco Bell. I just feel real authentic.
And Shell, you're from Southern California, right?
Yeah, I grew up initially in Pasadena, and then my mom got scared of like gang stuff going on around my house, so she moved us to the mountains.
Okay, which is kind
Bishop, California.
Which is kind of like Kingman.
It's not like here. I'll tell you that.
Nope.
It's small town vibes. It is more conservative there and stuff, but it is a lot different than it is here.
Yeah. So, were you born here?
No, I was born in Clovis, Clovis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Clovis.
Okay, so we can make fun of Kingman all we
So
want.
everyone's better than me.
Yeah.
Understood. Thank you for inviting me.
No, but you
Feel
tried to
better about
escape. You
ourselves.
tried to escape. We'll call you Portland.
Yeah, call me Portland. I'm trying to get back home. I promise you that. I am. I'm trying so hard to get back home.
I was born in Vermont. I use Boston because it sounds sexy, but if you go to Vermont,
When I moved,
they're like, "Can you do the accent?" Sure.
I always say Vegas when I live in other cities
Pack
because
the
people
cash.
don't know where the hell Kingman is. I'm like, it's an hour from Vegas, and I lived in Vegas for 6 years, and I'm always just like, I live in Vegas. I'm from Vegas. I just tell people that because Kingman. But you would be surprised the amount of people that do know Kingman.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been even out of the country and have had people be like, I know Kingman. It's a racist ass.
I mean, isn't that a great reputation?
Yeah, it's always got something, and I'm like, just kidding. That's not what I meant.
If I'm on the dating site, I'm talking to somebody from Vegas. I'm like, I live in Kingman. I am not from there.
You know what's cool is like living out on the ranch, for whatever reason, it sets my location as Hackberry. Nobody knows what that is, so anyone I match with, like, they're just like, where's Hackberry? And I'm like, oh, off the 40s.
Hell yeah.
On Snapchat, when it shows the location, it says we're in like Pinyon Pines or
Yeah.
something.
Hold on, I'm coming over. I want to be here.
So you could just say, I'm on the way to Sedona, which you're not lying. Because if you say Sedona, that doesn't sound bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, even
guess.
Flagstaff doesn't sound bad.
I'm not bougie enough to be from Sedona.
I've never even been to Sedona, and I was born
I've
here.
also never been to Sedona.
I was born here, and I've never been to Sedona. Like that's.
I don't think I've ever been to the Grand
Okay.
Canyon either.
I have been to the Grand Canyon.
Yeah,
It's really
I've
freaking
never been to the
nervous.
Grand Canyon.
The whole thing's an edge.
I've never been camping either while we're at it.
You've never been camping?
I've never been camping.
My vehicle is stocked right now.
You've
I-
never,
Let's go.
have you ever slept in a tent in your backyard as a kid?
No. I don't think
Really?
so. We put one up in the backyard, but then we'd go in the house to sleep.
Oh Lord.
What would you do?
You are from San Diego.
That, and I'm also like, I don't know. I'm afraid of like, if I go in the woods, I'm like, oh great, is there gonna be like a bear or a wolf
Oh, so you're
or
like,
like some supernatural creature that's gonna like
I
come
hope
up
so.
and start fucking with
Let's
my
go to
tent.
fucking San Diego.
Like I don't want to see Bigfoot. I don't want to see him.
So you'd be like a glamper.
You
I don't
you're
even-
definitely a glampy baby.
Right. So if you met somebody that had a nice motorhome, you know,
Maybe.
one of those really nice ones.
Maybe. It depends on who I'm going with. Whose motorhome is it? Because then I'm like, if it's somebody that I don't know. It just depends.
Some of them are really nice.
Yeah.
Some of them are nicer than like half the houses I've ever lived in. Damn.
I feel like that's a lot more doable for me than doing a tent and being like, oh, this is like a really thin piece of fabric and something could
funny.
like jump through it. And
Oh yeah, when I took her camping when she was 2, we stayed at this place in California, and she wakes us up in the morning and was like, the man on the horse was making faces at me and waving, and we're like, man on the horse? We were like in the middle of nowhere. You know? And so
Hell no.
we get up, we go outside, sure as shit, there was like horse shoe marks all around our tent. So whoever was on the horse
Your
was
child
sitting
was
there,
just like barely
Awake
escaped
by
being
myself.
abducted.
like a mesh window away
She's like the
from
man that
being
gave me
kidnapped.
candy in the white van, obviously, was
so-
here earlier. How did you miss that?
I went camping one time and a bear. I like keep Capri Suns.
Yeah.
because when my blood sugar goes low, whatever. But we woke up and there was a bear that was like going through and like opening the Capri Suns and stuff.
We're not making this easier on Stella.
I know.
Decide to go.
It's-
I know, she's like, I'm never going
Camping
camping.
is
The
fun.
only thing I've had is like at the lake, raccoons would.
Well, definitely
steal
don't
our
go
food.
camping with anybody that has an RV from Kingman.
Yeah.
No.
Don't do that.
No.
You're safe and
Because that's also their home.
Yeah.
live in a van by the river.
Yeah, they'd be like, hey, you want to come over to my house? And sure. Okay, I'll be right over.
That's kind of even the step up from usually who you're dating.
I feel
You have
Usually
your own place?
usually the motorhome
You should
doesn't
bring
move.
like the one
Prove
time
it.
Also, okay, the
Well,
van
no.
down by the river on the dating apps. How many times have you seen people like, I'm living that van life? Like, that's something that's
haven't.
interesting or like cool.
That's cool, but how long are you in town?
Oh, no, I just think it's weird when you're like on a dating app looking for a serious relationship. Like, what
Yeah.
if you want me
Well,
to,
that's what I mean. Like, how long are you in town? Because I'm like,
you want me to park my van next to yours?
yeah, like, what am I supposed to come hang out in your van? You're like, do you want to come in my house?
I'm telling you, it's a step up from what I've usually dated. I keep dating people in their 20s, which is just clown shoes.
Oh, okay, we were going to get into that part. Now, the person that ghosted me was 20 years younger. And being my age, I was kind of like, that's kind of cool. But looking back, I was kind of going, but at least she was mature enough that we could have really long conversations. Like, we could talk on the phone for hours. So, it was, it wasn't like she was a bimbo or anything like that. She was an intelligent person. But yeah, the age difference. What's your age range? Like, I think 20, I went too young.
Yeah.
And I think if I went 15 years younger and then 3 years older is my range.
I mean, my age range for the dating app is like set from like 35 to 53. So
Better than me.
but it
I
like
thought you were-
shows you outside of your range, and I've dated younger and older than that. Like, the oldest person I've gone on dates with is 65, and then I helped him find his now wife. But like, that wasn't serious relationship material to me. It was just like more like companionship. Like, we had fun. Like, we went out of town or whatever. I've dated younger dudes, but not serious relationship type of thing.
How young did you go?
Well, when I was 28, I met my husband, and he was 7 years younger than me.
That's
so
not bad.
that was in my 20s, though. Now, like, I've hooked up with people who are a little bit younger, but
What's a little bit younger? Just age range.
I think 29 was the youngest.
I'm going to hell over here.
Still not bad.
I keep
because
thinking you're going to make me feel better about myself, and you don't.
Well, no, because I feel like if I can't communicate with someone, if I can't have a conversation
No,
with
and
them,
it's
then
true.
I'm just like,
It's true.
this is kind of lame.
Yeah, that's true.
I get the
Tough.
physical part of it, but I'm like kind of, well, how old are you right now?
38.
Okay, so I mean, just a little bit younger, but I'm 42 and I'm like tired. I'm tired.
So right now I'm
Just
sort
talk
of
to me,
seeing
play
someone
with
that's
my hair, make me
42,
tacos.
and this is the man that doesn't really talk. I generally date people 10 to 12 years younger.
They're way more excited.
And it's
about
terrible.
themselves, and it's boring.
It's
now.
terrible. It is so terrible when you're like a Mel Brooks and Monty Python fan, and these people don't know who the fuck you're talking
Okay, first of
about.
all, do you want to date me? Because I have that, and I have fucking Marty Feldman on my arm right now.
You should see my. Oh, you have to come over. You have to come over. You have to see my house. Marty Feldman's in my. He's the biggest picture in my house in the bathroom.
Guys, we just need a love connection.
I'm serious. Okay, first of all, we just like solved all the problems. Thank you for listening. Good night.
Mic drop.
We're done here. No, I gotta quit drinking with people because then I get into these relationships. I swear, and it's fun. It is fun. I don't know what's wrong with my head that I need so much fun. Like I need
But is there
I need
something wrong with
comedy, and I feel like when I meet people in their 30s and 40s, they're like disillusioned. They're like not having as much fun. We're not laughing anymore. You know?
They've been divorced 3 times.
Yes, exactly. They're like, I dated all your friends. What's up? You know?
We do become jaded.
Yes,
Or-
true.
yeah.
And so I keep looking for fun. I would like to meet somebody my age and be with like one person for the rest of my life. But I seriously need so much comedy. I can say that. Like I'm a huge Jack Black fan. I'm like, I could marry that guy and be just forever happy. Like, yeah. I mean, if Jack Black looked like Daniel Day-Lewis, it would be everything for me.
I mean, in my top 3, you know, they have to be funny.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you hate to tell a joke and it just crickets.
Yes. I want to laugh just nonstop every day for the rest of my life.
Right. Yeah.
That's all I want.
And you can go be having the shittiest day, and my best relationships are the people that you can joke about it with.
Right.
You know,
Well, and then we have Havana, who has like the perfect relationship. At 21.
Yeah. So let's talk about that. What is the perfect relationship?
Oh, I don't know. Like, we never argue or anything. He makes me laugh like a crazy. I think he's like the funniest person in the whole world, and we communicate really well. It's like, it's very interesting that like I'm only 21, but I get like weirded out that I can talk to him about my feelings without it like blowing up into this huge screaming match. I don't know. It's just easy.
So I live with, you know, Atticus, and then Havana and her boyfriend are on the other side of the house all day long, every day. All I hear is those two fucking laughing together.
I love that.
And like being so lovey, and I'm just like, shut up! I'm just kidding. I love it because it's so sweet. But it's
I love it too.
How is she 21 and this emotionally mature, and her boyfriend's this emotionally mature, and they found each other and are just like over the moon still.
Wait. So you met somebody at how old is this person?
He's 24.
He's 24. Okay, good age range. So at 24, he's emotionally connected that he can express his feelings, and if there's an issue, you can talk to him, and he doesn't get all offended by it.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's crazy how
I'm gonna throw a punch this guy.
Right.
All right, got a unicorn there.
Put on my heels.
She does. It's crazy. It's really nice to watch my kid having the type of relationship I wished I would have always had. I mean, the kids grew up in two different marriages that were both at times pretty volatile. So seeing my kiddo be this actually in love and actually have this type of relationship is amazing.
Right.
That's awesome. Do you feel like you've had that kind of relationship before though? Because like, isn't that why we sort of stress out about wanting to be in a future relationship? Is because we've experienced the good.
No, I've never.
So
That's why I
you've
want.
Never.
I so have. I literally often wonder if I used it up.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, like
maybe I
it's
used
out
it up,
there.
but I took it for granted at some point or whatever. I wonder if I literally
There's
had it so well that was it. I
Right.
used my cap.
Because there's a theory that you meet 3 great loves in your life.
Right.
It's bullshit.
No, the saying
No,
does check out for me
that's
when
true, too.
when
If
I've
you
read
Google
when
it.
I've heard or read the saying on that.
Yeah.
It has checked out for me, and I'm like, fuck, I just ran through that shit. I just like head first dove. I just got shit faced and just like went through the crowd and just like ate it up.
Number
I took in all the love.
Number 3 ghosted me. I'm like, what does that say? You were my last chance.
I don't know where my third's at, but when it comes, if that dude's a douchebag, I swear to God, I'm gonna end up on Snapped.
I think also we all feel that way. I mean, I plan it all the time. I get really low about my life, and you know what else can I do? Actually, take care of that guy.
I feel like the next person that talks to me for months and months and months and then like just ghosts me out of nowhere for a little bit, I'm like, expect a newspaper article. expect to see an alert on the local news. Expect an Amber Alert. Something, because this is ridiculous.
Who are you kidnapping? I literally did get into a situation
1 year from
once
now, we're
with
doing a
dating
crime
weird.
podcast.
Yeah.
Stella.
Just so in case you guys
seems
don't
so
remember.
sweet.
I have I've dated like, trying to go on dates. I've been on some pretty weird dates with guys coming down from Flagstaff and Phoenix and blah blah blah. That I actually did post like a makeup-less selfie on Facebook, and I was like, in case you guys need to post a picture of me. This is what I look like, because I guarantee I won't have eyeliner in his trunk. Like, I need you to know what I look like without cat eyes.
With the person from Boston, I ended up here. One of our first dates. I would say probably a third date. Well, not even a date. It was my great aunt's 100th birthday. I was like, hey, you want to go to Vermont with me? Meet my family and stuff like that? Because we've been talking for long enough. So we go up there and she goes, all right, I'm just going to be sure to have my GPS on because you just don't know. You're taking me to Vermont. I barely know you and stuff like that. Oh, that's fine. There's no cell phone coverage up there.
God. You know how terrifying that is as a woman, though? Like,
True.
I've had weirdos take me to the mountains, and then I've been stuck there with them.
Yeah. It's very different as a woman.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know.
say everything,
I know
but
the joke kind of landed
I'm
flat.
Elisa's like, I dug my way out of a shallow grave.
Right now, I'm texting her off mic my address I'll be at later. Please watch out for me.
Have you all done that? Have you ever done the texting?
Oh, I do it every time. There's absolutely no way I send a picture and the address to where I'm hanging out with somebody.
No, but do you have that girlfriend that you'll text and be like, I need to get out of this, text me and,
Yeah, but I'm never very secretive about things like that. Like, I'm very expressive. I'll tell a dude, like, you're freaking me the fuck out.
Just get up and
I gotta leave. I'll call somebody right in front of him like, SOS, bro. This is not it. Get here now. Like, it's just not worth it. Like, people are really freaky these days. Mm-hmm. And I don't want them to get away with it. I don't want it to be another girl. I don't want it to be another girl the next day, so I don't mind making them uncomfortable now. They're making me uncomfortable. I'm going to point it out and make sure that they feel uncomfortable because I don't want them to call a girl the next day that doesn't have somebody to call,
So on the dating apps, we were going to talk about the best pickup lines, and one guy, the way that he introduced himself to me was, I would love to be the middle of your human centipede.
So he wants to get his ass eaten.
I mean, that's a lot going on.
He wants to eat ass, and he wants to get his ass eaten.
His profile picture was from inside either a low security jail or an insane asylum. I don't know which one it was. Lived.
He led with that though.
Yeah, that was his opening line.
Start.
And I was like, you know what? Props for being really creative, but that's never.
Yeah, usually it's you with all those curves and me with no breaks.
I mean,
you straight up get human centipede.
The worst one that I ever did, but it kind of worked. I was managing this auto repair place, and this girl comes in and just attracted, just immediately like, oh wow, she's cute, immediately smitten. So I go up to her and I was kind of nervous. And I have to get her information. I'm like, can I get your first name? Okay, I'm not going to say her first name. I have to say her last name because it's an important part of the story. Can I get your last name? Fantasia. And without whatever went off my head. No, exactly. My head went to, oh, is that your real name or your stripper name?
Oh.
I was like, oh, did I just say that out loud?
To be fair.
Yeah.
Don't
was
think
she
you're in the
offended?
wrong.
But it worked. After we fixed her car, I go up and I go to cash her out, and she's still paying with checks at the time. She's writing a check and she's kind of fumbling around, and she goes, oh, don't mind me, I'm flustered. I'm just like, so you're saying I make you flustered? I got a number.
Aw, that's cute.
But you still had a bad breakup line? Bad pickup line?
I don't know if it's considered bad, but the most recent one I've had is somebody said, hello, gorgeous. Dried fruits aren't my favorite, but I would love to try a date with you.
That's cute, though.
And then we got making fruit puns back and forth for a little bit, so that was fun.
That is cute.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What about you?
I've never really experienced that, I guess. I don't know. Every time I've met somebody, it's never really like through a dating app. I was on a dating app one time for like maybe a couple of weeks. And it was set to women only. And it was just like, it would always just start off with like one of us being like, oh my god, you are so pretty. And the other one being like, you're so pretty.
And
oh
then
my
you never
God.
talk again.
And then we
Shit.
never talk again.
Yeah.
Thank you for unlocking my daydreams. I'm just gonna get on Tinder now and do girls only. And
Yeah.
just every day.
The kids keep begging me to please find them a stepmother
Yeah,
instead
you
of
just
dating
need to date
men.
women.
I kind of have somebody in mind these days that I'm like, I don't know why we keep wasting time. All these dumb dudes, because
Yeah.
sister.
Well, my best friend. My mom wants me to marry my best friend.
She's amazing.
She's awesome. I'm so in love with
I
her.
love your boyfriend too, but
Well, and it's so funny because we both love each other so much. She lives in Oregon. And we love each other so fucking much. And she was in a relationship for a couple of years with this guy. And right when they broke up, I was starting to get into a relationship with my current boyfriend. And it's just like, we talk about it all the time, how we like love each other so much, but it just like hasn't worked out. Like, we're soulmates, but like,
Right.
it's
well, you're dashing all my dreams right now.
I'm so sorry. So
She needs
sorry.
to be my daughter.
She really is awesome, but yeah, I don't know. Stupid man got in the way again.
They always do.
Sorry,
They
baby.
foil everything.
No. If I was a
wasn't
girl,
for you,
if
Billy.
I was a girl, I would date girls.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd put up with this.
I don't know. I had a girlfriend for quite a while. I was with a man, so I was with her a year and a half out of that 4-year relationship with him, and I want to get in trouble. I'm just like to get some horrible email later. But she was very needy, and I don't know if that's always girls, because I've never been with a girl so long. Like, I've had like girlfriends, but this was like my longest relationship, and she was very, very needy. And on top of being with him, like, I already had that relationship, and
Welcome to my world.
but she just was like, I need to be picked up. I need to be like, bring me food to work. Make sure that I take my medications, like whatever. She was like very like, hold me, and I'm like, oh my god.
Oh, that one, the medications. That's a great starter line. I started to use that. So what meds are you on?
No, she was a doll. She's a doll as a person. She is, but it just was like. It was a lot for me, so I don't know technically
Somebody
outside
that
of that if
wanted more
all girls are
parental
that.
relationship.
Everyone
I
just
feel
has-
like than a
Yeah, everyone
romantic
just has a different
relationship.
style of like attachment,
Right.
men and women. Because there's been
I'm so acts of service, which is crazy that this
Yeah.
was overwhelming for me, because for me, so my love language is touch, but my giving love language is acts of service. If you wear me the fuck out on acts of service, then you are doing too much. Because I am giving all the time. I wake up and give. Like, that's my freaking vibe. But if you're, expending that, like, to such a degree, then I know it's too much. I'm not overthinking this. It's too much.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, what's your attachment style?
Puppy dog.
Oh, you're that.
He's a Labrador. Yes. I love that, by the way, when I finally, realized that was I kind of do, too, to be honest. But again, I think, I have had great loves in my life, and I truly do worry that I used it.
I just haven't.
That I used my cards. That now I'm just done, and I'm not allowed.
I just want somebody to tell me I'm a good boy after I do something good. Good boy.
What have you done something bad? Can we hit you with a newspaper?
What have you done today? He's like, I didn't pee on the couch yesterday. I need you to pat me on the head.
I peed where I was supposed to. No, I don't know. Somebody told me yesterday, it's a pretty good compliment. She goes, you know what? Thank you for proving the movie Barbie. She goes, thank you for proving that not all men are Kens. I was like, oh, that's a pretty good compliment.
Aw, that is. But you are great. I mean, you do have a lot of female friends that I think everyone feels safe with you.
That's like the biggest compliment you can get.
It is, because it's hard to be friends with a man.
It truly is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you know one of my exes, and she was uncomfortable that I had so many female friends.
Yeah.
Even though she became friends with all my female friends.
I think, well, I wouldn't say friends.
Acquaintances.
I think most women are a little bit insecure about that. Like, if I were dating a dude that had like 10 female friends and it wasn't something I was being invited to all the time, I would be very insecure about that. But if I was included and like introduced and it was like, I saw that other women were comfortable around him and it wasn't like an intimate thing, it would be okay.
That's a huge problem with everybody.
And that's why with like Snow, I make sure that anybody that I'm starting to even get serious with, I've dated more than 3 or 4 times, I make sure they meet. So I'm like, look, because I spend a lot of time with her, I just want you to know, see us together, see how we act together.
Right.
That's...
Well, and most of my good friends are guys. I don't hang out with them all the time, but I connect better with guys.
And I connect better with women.
I connect better with guys. I get a lot of shit, though, from it.
Not a lot of men.
Because people are insecure.
People are insecure. It always bothers me because I do try to, like, also be friends with their girls or whatever. And I do realize how disrespectful it must seem if, like, the girl and you are not friends. However, I do love some guys and I don't like their girlfriends. They're not great people. I'm not trying to be with your guy. I literally always make the joke, I don't want your guy. I don't know why you want your guy. That's usually the guys I'm friends with. They're definitely dudes I would not date. Like, I think that they're fun and funny and great people, but I'm like, you're definitely not my type in a million years. I think that's why I feel so secure with being their friend. And, but their partner generally does have issues with me thinking that I'm like, and it makes you, like, not want to be their friend because you don't want to, like, break up some kind of situation.
I mean, you can tell, though, in situations like that, it just does stem from, like, fear and insecurity, which is shitty, but it's, like, understandable.
It is.
You can relate to it.
I do understand it. It does suck, like, that dynamic because I'm like, first of all, I'm bi. Oh, fuck your girlfriend. Your sister,
You're
your
like,
mom.
I'd rather her than you.
Like, what's your mom's number, bro? You're over here worried about your boyfriend. That's the least of your problems.
Well, my problem, though, is, like I say, I'm kind of safe to be around, but my friends' boyfriends always don't like me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Even though I'm like, look, you can see I'm harmless.
I dated this complete dork for the last year. Just it's embarrassing. Like, I can't even... I have like PTSD. I blocked it out. 11 months just gone. I don't even care. He thinks I'm mad. Like, he's made posts or people have sent me like screenshots of things about me, and I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot. Like, I forgot I dated you. It's so bad. It's so bad.
That
it's
is
embarrassing.
bad. If you get amnesia
But
from it.
he would like be so mad if a man messaged me at all and just fly off the handles. That a guy would message me at all. Somebody would be like, how's your morning? And he's like, cheater.
You can't control somebody else
death to the household.
You, though.
Yeah.
That's so ridiculous.
Exactly. And he was like, he didn't like that about me, that I have like a certain amount of attention, I suppose. Like that I have friends or...
Yeah, but you're gorgeous. Any guy that dates you is going to have to be secure.
Yeah.
Any guy that dates you is going to have to know that you're going to get attention everywhere you go and online and whatever. And they're just going to have to fucking deal with it. Or appreciate it.
Yeah.
And be like, look at my girlfriend. How beautiful my girlfriend is.
I did appreciate... So, I'm not...
Stop complimenting
Yay, me! No, I actually have a lot more lows than I do highs, guys. But... when I was married for a really long time to a really great guy, forever friends, we had 2 children together. He was great in our relationship that we spent 13 years together, and he would actually like walk behind me and be like, I like to watch the way that people look at you.
Yeah, that's what you need.
And that was important to me because he was my guy. So it never felt like I didn't need the outside attention. I liked that he enjoyed like that kind of side to it. I don't like to be with a man that has to hold my arm and be like, this is my girlfriend, this is mine, like, don't look at this person, You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
I hate that.
It is embarrassing.
Like you see that,
Because you're like, oh, my guy's so insecure.
Right, because and I don't think that people realize that you look at them a certain kind of way. And I've said it a million times, like, I will look at you like you're like the most amazing person in the whole world. You're the hottest person I've ever met. Until you make yourself less.
Right, exactly that.
Until you're insecure. Until you dumb yourself down so far that now I'm like questioning myself. Like, are you not...
Right? You see those Instagram videos, like the person's always like, my wife this, my wife that. And they're always doing something in the video for their wife, you know, whatever. But it's like, yeah, okay, we get it. We know it's your wife. But it seems like you're kind of getting, you know, possessive there. You know, my wife, my.
Right.
You know. Whereas, you know, in mine, I don't really post anybody's my person.
Having somebody be so secure that they give you the freedom to be whoever you are, I think secures your position with them a lot more.
Mm-hmm, absolutely, because you're choosing to be
right.
there, then you don't feel stuck.
Right.
Yeah,
it's like an invisible tether.
I would
as
rather
where other people, like when people have to grab onto you physically and say out loud constantly where you're at as a couple, then you're not secure. It's that invisibility. It's that walk ahead of me so I can see people look at you.
And I've been on both ends of that, I feel like. I think probably everyone has them. Where you feel like insecure about your person and kind of grasp at them, or you feel like they're doing that to you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I had this girlfriend and we worked together, and at the end of the day, she'd be like, she was attractive. You know, look at my phone numbers I got today, because we were, you know, worked in public episodes. Okay, yeah, cool. It doesn't bother you? I'm like, no, actually, you know, I know we're here tonight together, so I know who you're coming home to. You know, hey, it's kind of cool that people think you're attractive. But the opposite, you know, like, what's he doing with her? You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That one fell flat.
No, I was just like deep thinking because I guess I have a sort of detachment style that I just have like an automatic nope in my mind that if I think anything's going to happen outside of what I would like it to, I completely cut it off. So I guess I suppose I've never experienced like a worry that somebody else is looking at my partner or going to take them away, because I'll just
take them.
Boot them.
Just
boot them. I'm serious. I mean, I have a very good it's not good. I wouldn't say it's good.
No, it's great because if you get
I have the ability to be like, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
No, I've known women who have had their husbands or boyfriends make them put, you know, the GPS tracking on their phone. I'm like, what are you doing? You know, but like,
I actually know a girl that signed her man's dick. She signed his dick before he went out at night.
Oh my god.
What?
That way her signature was the same when he came home.
That's
So, I
crazy.
mean, yeah, no, I know. I knew this girl. We were just hanging out and she just brought this up in like casual conversation.
Was it like Sharpie, ballpoint? What are we talking here?
I actually don't know. But she was like, my marker signed his penis.
This poor guy's got to go home and wash that off every night.
I'm like, can you imagine how terrified he is to piss? He's like shit-faced and he like puts his pinky under it. Like, he doesn't want to smudge it, bro. Like, what if he even messes up a little bit? Now he doesn't have a car? Like, she's gonna burn the house down. I don't know. I don't know what she was using.
Do you have her number?
I almost slide that
Someone
over.
wants his dick signed.
It is a move, man. I just have
meets-
never been that worried.
What if you meet somebody really artistic, though? By the way, before I go home,
Like
I'm going to
Rick
need
and
you
Morty
to.
on your
Can you
dick.
guys sign your dick real quick?
Does he like send a dick pic before and go,
Just imagine Rick.
hey, can you do this?
Penis.
This is Andy.
That was awesome. Yes.
Oh, shit,
I don't know.
that's psycho.
I don't trip on that much. I actually had this boyfriend for a few years that was like online cheating and stuff. I think that's as far as I've ever gone. If I've been cheated on otherwise, I've been completely ignorant to it. Because I don't think about it. I'm a very freaking loyal person. I'm a weirdo. But I'm such a loyal person that I can't even think about the other person not being loyal. It doesn't really cross my mind.
Yeah, I couldn't do it because like I said that at the puppy dog, I would have the guilt complex. I'd just be looking else. Not like I would do it, but I'd just be too guilty. I'd be like, nope. Where have you been? Nowhere.
Yeah, no, I tell myself I got pulled over. I drive a van. I got pulled over doing like 130 on the way to Vegas. Just jamming to music, hit my top speed or whatever. The cop pulled me over and he was like, do you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, yeah. I'm not stupid, obviously. I'm terrible. Like, I'm a terrible person, you guys. Like, he was like, do you know how fast you were going? I'm like, yeah, do you? Like, you say it first.
Oh, no,
Throw it out there. I can't even, I have no lie in me. I have no lie in me. And he's like, why were you going fast? And I was like, it's my soundtrack. Like, it's what I'm playing in the car right now has me just mobbing. Like, I just felt really good going fast as hell.
I got a speeding ticket.
Oh, so did I. $400.
No. I got out of the speeding ticket because I got pulled over. It was late at night. And I just wanted to get home because it was late at night. He goes, you know how fast you're going? I was just like, yeah, 85. And it was like, 45.
Ooh.
Yeah, 85. And he goes, what? I was going 85. He kind of just write me the ticket. He just goes, wow. No one has ever been that honest with me before. I'm going to let you go. I'm like,
where was that guy?
Thank you, officer.
Right? I was like, yeah, I was mobbing because of the music. And he was like, cool, $400, you dumb bitch. I was like, thank you for not taking me to jail. Because 130 in my freaking town and country was not impressive, apparently.
I would have been like, there's no way that just happened.
I know. It was, I don't know. I was having a good time. But I have no lie in me. So I think that probably would work for anybody I was in a relationship with. Because I can lie for other people. Erase that. But I can't for myself.
Oh, yeah, if you're covering for other people, yeah, that's totally different.
Yeah. I have so much PTSD, I can actually erase the memory. I could pass probably.
Eternal sunshine of the spotless mind.
Yes.
I wish that was true.
I have that built into my body. Like, if I find, I'll be like, that was traumatic. Delete. Delete the last 6 out of 8 minutes of that. Like,
after the last ghosting experience, I put that on a movie because I was, you do that, you're feeling sad. You're like, I just want to wallow in the sorrow and feel miserable about myself. What movie should I watch? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
One.
And to be like,
great.
Oh, where do I sign up for that? You can just go in and you can just erase all this.
I wouldn't want to. I mean, and there's been some pretty horrible situations, honestly, but I don't know, I accept my part in a lot of it. And I think that I should have been smart enough to have seen the signs before things got worse in a lot of situations.
I've learned a lot from
a
the
ton.
crappy stuff.
Yeah.
It's made me, I think, not just a better person, but I'm also funnier. Like,
now I'm fucking hilarious.
I know,
like,
yeah.
I am unhinged.
Misery
I could be
does
millionaire,
make
actually.
you
I'm
funny.
going on the road,
I'm funnier than I ever was, and it was because of all the, bad relationships I've been in. But I do think that, to take that away, we were talking about the 3 loves, and I think, like, if you take one thing out of every relationship that you had and what you did wrong and what they did wrong, and you process it, and you apply that to the next relationship, like I said, many bipolar women, by the 3rd one, I was just really good at dealing with bipolar women. And that's just how you learn. You just apply it to the next one. And I just feel bad I burned up my 3 chances.
That's what I'm saying. I think I used my people.
There's infinite chances. I don't think there's any such thing as like one soulmate or.
Yeah.
I hope not,
3
but I really
ones.
think that I
there's
used
so
it up.
many
really
different
do.
people out there that are compatible for you. It's just about what you're going to put up with and what other people will put up with from you.
But doesn't that make it hard, though? Because once you've had that really great relationship where...
You will always
Never
base
had
from
that.
it, which is really disgusting behavior, to be honest. But there's no way to not do it in a way. Because you're going to remember how that went and like all the wins in it because it almost was like a good lesson.
Yeah.
But using that in a separate situation is so fucking unfair.
I know.
to the other person.
Yeah, because you're putting somebody
Right.
high standards.
Yes, it's
on
not
them.
a good idea, but it's impossible to not do it.
I just have zero expectations of anyone at this point walking into something.
Right.
So it's like, if you're a fucking douchebag, like, okay.
Kind of same, but that's why I keep dating these 20-year-old retards. I'm like, as long as you're not shooting up in the bathroom, you're good, man. You know.
But mine are
That
so
bar
bad.
is set really low.
Yeah.
I keep trying, and these dudes like don't even have cars. Like, what the
I mean, we
hell?
talked about that last time, like what your deal breakers or red flags were, and mine are just like, don't be a DJ, don't have Velcro shoes.
My last boyfriend was a freaking
Don't do
DJ.
karaoke.
27-year-old
Yeah, don't do
DJ with no license. I feel
Yeah.
I kill it out here in Kingman. It's so bad.
I have like really specific red flags. Like I will not talk to a man if he plays the game League of Legends.
I love this. Okay.
World of
Let
Warcraft
me
seems
get-
like it might be a red flag too.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, these girls are setting better standards than we are. They're gonna have to teach us. Probably because they watched us. Now they're like, not World of Warcraft.
Yeah, but
This is crap.
They're young. They haven't broken. They haven't had their souls ripped apart.
It's true. It's true.
What is your next one?
I don't. I'm trying to think. I know that there are some, and none are coming to mind. There are like just really specific things. Like sometimes if someone like uses the same tone as like my ex, I'm like, oh, you're probably a piece of shit. If they're, like, I don't know. If they're really into like certain animes,
I could see
like
that.
not all of them, but like I've had 2 exes that were like way into animes with like there's like girls on there that are like they look like kids and they're like,
Oh,
oh,
I hate that. Yeah, that's so
But-
weird.
but technically this child is like 1,000 years old, so
Right.
I can fucking jerk off to it. It's
Oh my
fine.
God, yeah.
Like
That's a red flag right there.
I should set up like a red flag of, and I hate to do it, I really do, but a red flag for me these days is video games in general. I hate to do that. I like to play video games sometimes.
Yeah, but not like
But
all
it's like you're
consuming.
everything
I-
now. It's so many people's
Yeah.
everything. Like
One-
it's all consuming. If they're not at work, they're playing video games. Like it sucks them in, and it's like. First of all, I'm an old lady. I have a child that's turning
Yeah.
18. Like my kids play video games all day.
Yeah.
I don't need their attention. Where are you?
Well, I mean, but isn't that's sort of true though? Because a lot of younger people, you know, I don't know if you both fall into this category, is they don't have or they don't even want relationships or sex.
No, they have so much stimulation already.
Yeah.
Like the game is changing out here because literally
That's
humans were not set up for everything that we deal with on the daily
Like
basis
iPad
now. And
babies are
yes,
just turning
yes,
into
it's
eunuchs.
too much. Yeah,
I
it's weird out here. Like they don't care.
yeah.
I've had girlfriends been like, "You're so beautiful. Oh my god, he's so lucky to have you." And then I go to his house and he's like this, and I'm like, "Dope, dude.
Yeah.
Like this is. I feel so pretty right now."
I think another thing, like, regarding video games is, like, how they react to their
Yeah.
Oh, the yelling
or
Yeah.
what
is
kind
so
of
bad.
video
Yeah.
games they play. If
Yes.
you're playing
Oh,
Call of
that's
Duty,
true.
no
Yes.
thank you. If you're like, I can fucking get down to some Pokemon or Legend of
Seriously.
Zelda, I'm like,
Yeah.
you're my kind
Right.
of person.
Same.
like, the same 2 exes that I was just talking about, they would, like, scream playing video games. And
That
they
is
would, like,
ridiculous.
rage, and they would, like, punch
Anxiety.
shit.
And you saw like my last.
Yeah, like, it was, like, it would scare me, and, like, my more recent ex, like, I would get so mad at him because, like, I'd be like, hey, it, like, really stresses me out when you're, like, yelling at your fucking laptop.
Right.
And then he'd be like, yeah, no worries. And then he'd keep doing it. It was, like, why? It is not that fucking serious.
I
I
agree.
feel like
My
I
ex-
get getting excitable and being like, oh shit, or something.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
I lick my lips raw. I'll give myself that straight up
Yeah.
Kool-Aid mustache, bro.
But if somebody's
I get all
raging
anxious and
at
I
a
just
video
straight
game,
up
that
Kool-Aid
is
mustache the hell out of
unnecessary.
myself.
Yeah.
But the guy that I dated last time, the friggin' 27-year-old DJ,
See? Red flag.
he would yell so loudly on video games that I was like, you can't be doing that in the house. Like, I have, like, have PTSD, so you cannot be yelling in my house.
Yeah.
He just, instead of just not yelling or learning from it, moved his crap into the garage to play every day.
Yeah.
So he could yell outside. It's still yelling, but it's like, damn, seriously, it's a game. It's a game.
What's the fucking point?
And you're
if
literally
not-
just
yeah.
You're
like
not
rattling
enjoying it.
doors.
Yeah, that's...
Like you're unhinged. That's,
My ex that played League of Legends, he would like text me or call me or whatever, and he would like be yelling and be so pissed off, and I'd be like, I'm here for you, and then he'd be like, I need to go cool down. I'm gonna go play some more League of Legends.
What?
I gotta go cool down and scream in another room.
Yeah, I got relax.
Yeah. This is their
For
Me,
their
I'm gonna
relaxation.
relax. I'm gonna go smoke some pot.
Yeah. Yeah,
Same.
that one, he did like meth.
It's
so-
always scarier. Oh, fun times.
He was like, I don't like pot. I don't like that you smoke pot.
I have
Okay.
But you'll-
ADHD and I won't get my meds.
You'll do it.
Good God.
God, no wonder dating's so fucking hard.
It is. And even with me dating younger, these guys are all alcoholics or...
Oh, yeah, that's another
Anything
red
else?
flag. If
Massive.
you drink heavily, no thank you.
Mhm.
Also,
I mean, I
people
drink.
with
I have
absolutely
no
tattoos.
problem saying, like, well, I do drink, but...
I'll drink,
This
but if
is
you're
like-
drinking to get blacked out and
Yes,
be on
exactly,
that multiple
exactly.
nights a week, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, what,
I don't want
what,
that.
What kind of pain are you trying to
Right.
drown out there?
We don't need, like, a 24-pack a day, baby. Like, we could have been cool with 6, but...
And it also depends on how nice somebody is or mean. Like, if you're a mean drunk, I don't
Have
want
you ever
anything
been
to do
with
it.
the dudes, though? And I mean, I don't know as far as women go, but... that do that blackout thing where you're having fun, like you're playing cards and stuff, and their eyes just change.
Oh, yeah.
They turn black like a shark that just smelled blood or something. Their eyes
Ew.
completely change,
Yeah.
and now
Now
you're
it's
in
not
for it.
fun
Now you're in
anymore.
trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
well,
hate that feeling, and I hate that look,
Yeah,
and I've
no,
seen it on a
I-
couple different people, and now it's like such a terrifying thing for me. But I'm always watching people's eyes now when we're drinking together.
Yeah, I don't
because I'm
tr-
afraid for that switch.
Yeah, well, the person that
Very
you
few
knew,
men do I trust to drink around.
she was just mean.
She was mean sober, but she was terrible drunk.
Yeah, just like vicious.
Yeah, which I have been guilty of that. That's why I don't drink liquor anymore, because liquor turned me into a whole nother beast. But she was wild.
I feel like it depends on who I'm around and what's going on. Because if I'm around somebody that's gonna piss me off, like it's like no point in drinking. But if I'm around like where I'm like, I'm just gonna be having fun, I'm with my friends or doing whatever, like
right.
goofball shit, and I know I'm in a good situation, then I'm like, okay, let's go for it.
Right.
And I haven't had any bad experiences, like
Right.
just I don't know.
I had a couple traumatic experiences.
Oh, I've had traumatic
I went
experiences
a
with
little
drinking,
unhinged there for a minute. I went pro, retired, but I think I just prefer to smoke mostly these days because it's like it's not even worth it. People are so low vibe drinking. Even if you're okay drinking, you're generally not going to have a lot of company that is as well. They're not going to match your vibe.
Yeah.
So you can measure yourself to whatever standard, but the other person might just be a freaking nightmare.
I mean, I was like the happiest drunk in the whole world.
Yeah.
I am
Sometimes-
as well, so okay. And then, like, I hate to speak on it, but deadass, I will, like, make everyone we love dinner and give everyone a hug and then, like, twerk in the kitchen. Like, it's problematic in those ways. My kids are just like, I hate this bitch.
You're pretty calm, right?
I just come more chill than I already am.
Right.
Like, it's,
I get
whatever.
more social.
Same. I feel like I love you. And I don't get sad, which I'm really happy about because I know a lot of people that get sad when they're drinking. I don't. But I am like I love you. And I hope that you know how important you are.
Yeah.
Because we're manifesting goodness up in this bitch. Do you want chicken tikka miso?
I will text my girlfriends, you know, if I'm buzzed, be like, no. Do I have to tell you how much I appreciate you as a friend?
Aw, that's awesome. I do love that.
I get sad every once in a while. There have been a couple of, like, one of the first times that I got drunk. I was drinking when I wasn't supposed to. And, I told my mom about it, and she got really pissed off, and then I ended up drinking more.
Oh.
and then, and
Would
then
you love motherhood?
like and I drank more after I started getting sober. So at some point, like, she was like, did you drink more? And I just started crying, and I was like, I did. I'm so sorry. She made me a grilled cheese. I was just sobbing. I was like, I'm so sorry. I'm such a
Grilled
bad
cheese
kid.
fixes everything.
This is the best sandwich.
Okay, well, have we learned anything tonight?
Probably not.
Probably not at all.
You never gave your pickup line. What's the worst pickup line you've gotten?
Oh God. No, I actually don't know of like a pickup line per se. The only one I had was the curb is one, and I already threw it out there. I think that people just in general suck at hitting me up. I think that it's an interesting time in the world where it's like, hey, what are you doing? And you're like, if you mention anything responsible at all, they're no longer interested.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? I'm on my way to work, and when I get home, I have to make dinner. My kids have to be asleep by 7:30. They have spring break next week.
I'm being in the middle of a centipede right now.
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, and then quit talking to you.
I feel
Or
like
they're like, hey, what's up? And you're like, I have my titties out and eating fruit. They're like, fuck yeah, dude. And they're like, yeah, there's not even pickup lines anymore. Like, nobody even tries.
Yeah.
There's no try. It's literally, are you DTF
What about...
or not?
All right, so show of hands who's been on dating sites.
Everyone.
Okay. So, does the dick pic ever work?
It doesn't.
Yes.
I
Not
haven't
mine.
gotten dick pics in so
For me, yes.
long.
It has?
And I'm
It has worked
so
for me.
grateful.
It does not work for me. I'm
Sorry.
instantly
It doesn't
like,
work.
grossed out.
Yeah, because it's one of those things where I'm like, I already don't want to, like,
Oh, you guys are.
I already think it looks like a goddamn
I wanna see
windsock.
it, but like,
It
I'm
looks
like,
a
at least
windsock
make sure
to
it's
me.
worth
yeah, try it.
the trouble.
Know your crowd, bro.
See,
I'm the crowd, I
Ask
guess,
for
because
consent first, bro.
no, they do usually ask for consent. They'll say, "Is it okay if I send a
Okay,
dick pic?"
I have-
And I'm like, I suppose if I
If it-
liked your
okay,
The
face
times
enough.
I've gotten them, people don't ask.
I guess if it's unsolicited, then I get
Yeah,
upset.
I
That's
get
what
them
I'm saying.
unsolicited.
I have an OnlyFans, and I can't tell you how many men think that it's okay to like send something back. And I'm like, no,
Yeah.
I'm selling content. I'm
You're like,
literally
okay,
selling
you're like,
content.
I
I'm
would
not
have
asking
it
for it.
Here, something that you can pay me to send something or whatever, but clearly I don't. Or
I'm like,
ask.
you're paying for
Just
me to send you
ask.
something. It's not because it's like out of the kindness of my heart or
You're
something.
like, I don't want to see anything.
Yeah, I'm not like Make-A-Wish for dumb dudes in Kingman. Like, that's not it. So when they do
So
send me
real.
dick pics, I'm always like, this isn't a two-way street, brother.
You're
Like, I don't want that. However, I will say on dating sites, yes, if they've contacted me and said, hey, is it okay for me to send it?
If they ask,
I'm going to
permission,
vet the process.
That's different.
Yeah.
I want to know what my Saturday
If
looks
they
like.
ask,
That's a
And
little different
I
if you're like talking
don't
to
have any
someone.
interest, I'm gonna be like, no.
Right,
I'm
same.
gonna say something really goofy that's gonna throw them off, and they're gonna be like, oh. And they're gonna be disappointed.
yeah, but it must, like, sending the unsolicited picture, it must have worked. Like,
No,
one,
I mean,
one out of
absolutely
100
not.
If
times.
that's the
No.
first thing a dude sends to me, it's instant block.
You also know
Yeah.
that it's a mass send. They're
Yeah.
sending it to 10 people at once. It's
And that
just
was
like
like-
the good morning text.
That was like peak. Like, probably they were like 21 or something. That's
Right.
not current.
It is very
They
much
took
so
one
the
picture
young
one
dudes.
time that they're like, oh, hell
Right.
yeah.
They're like,
Well-
oh, that angle.
Well,
Daddy.
you know, I had.
I love that
you know,
left lean.
we're trying to build the reality redemption, enterprise. And, I had this idea like, well, why don't we like create a business like OnlyFans where we just have a good picture of a really good dick and we sell it to these guys, like use this. It's rare that you're ever going to get her anyways.
Call it Dick
Yeah.
Finder. And just have people post
I-
dick pictures that
I'm
other
a-
people
I'm
can
a
buy
sexual
the rights to
person.
use.
I've always been good with like, nudity and just being sexual in general. Of course, I have my own insecurities and shit like that. Sometimes I don't even always love being on OnlyFans. Like, I don't know why I'm doing it half the time. But it feels weird for me sometimes with the shit that I post. That I just feel so weird. I don't know how dudes just straight up, this is my dong in my dirty shower. It is literally, it's heading north hardcore. Like, hope that's where your cervix is, sister. Like, I don't know. Like, I just, thing looks like it's like being sucked into a tornado and they're like so proud. I don't know. So, like, I feel weird about my pictures sometimes. Like, I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing either. Like, I don't know. Nudes in general always feel a little bit odd. And then you send me yours and they're fucking odd. I'm like,
You're like, is there
I got paid for mine.
there
I feel nervous about yours. Like,
This would be a future episode of the podcast. Wait for Snow to get back, and we just hold up, and see if there's applause. Get rated on a scale of 1 to 10.
I feel like that would be awesome to have like a panel like rating.
You know what? And you have a picture. You have a picture. You have a picture of his guy's face. You have a picture of his dick, and you go here, or play like the match game.
I don't need to
Smash or pass.
I'm just always shocked that you're literally paying for my content, and your rebuttal is a picture of yourself for free. And then ask that, like, I never asked for it, and I have to explain that.
I think some people just
Over and
get
over.
on it.
And it's not just dudes, girls. And I've actually had more female, like, kind of stalkers
What?
than I have had to deal with men. Men have really left me alone. But females have really been overwhelming as far as that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
We could do a whole episode on just this.
I'm so down.
Oh, let's just
Jay's
we'll read through.
invested
Hold
now.
on, hold on. If I just gave you guys my phone, this would last weeks. It gets really unhinged. Like, it can be really scary, but I promise you, women are way weirder. They just are.
Well, yeah, welcome to my world.
I feel like both can be weird, but
I haven't had a bitch ditch me in a broken car, so I'm good on that.
Ow.
I'm sorry.
It's St. Patty's Day. We can all drink a cream.
I've had worse. I don't want to say it on here, but I've definitely been in situations that were not okay. But, like,
I don't know. I think my experiences with women have always been so much more, like, wholesome than with men.
I've had better experiences with women,
Uh-huh.
but I feel like, I don't know, to where it's like there's basically a complete disinterest in men at this point. Like, you really have to stand out to be like, wow,
Well, and that's what
you're
happened.
a man and you got my attention. That's crazy.
That's
but
what happened with my boyfriend. I was actively looking for women, like, on dating apps and dating sites. Like, I was looking for women only, and where I met him, it was like that super small town in the mountains in California.
Yeah.
And I was expecting to really not meet anybody because there's not any fucking lesbians out there. and it came as a surprise that, like, this man then I started dating because after the relationship before that, I was kind of like, okay. I have always had, like, better experiences with women.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stick with that. And here I am.
yeah, but you found somebody that's
Yeah,
like,
but you
great.
found a unicorn.
Yeah,
He's
absolutely.
I want to find a
surprising.
man that puts me in my feminine energy.
Yes, that is what I want.
That
to
is
do.
so.
I want a woman.
I don't even know where that's at. I don't know. Sometimes I'm worried I can't go back, and sometimes I'm like, I am a fucking lesbian because, I'm so much in my mask energy.
Yeah.
I hate it though because I don't.
So do
want-
I, but I want. But
to be able to
how
turn my
much
brain
would
Find
it
a hot
take
lady
to
who
break you?
balances it out.
How much would it take to break it at this point?
Just be fucking sweet and pay the light bill.
Put a light bulb in.
Yeah, but if you tap into that feminine energy, as a guy, you tap that feminine energy too much, you become like in the friend zone.
Well, no. What we're saying is we want to be in our feminine energy.
We wanna
take
be,
us
right.
out of the mask.
Right, because we're dudes these days. Literally,
Yeah,
my
but-
household. So I have roommates right now and stuff. But like, I do it all the dude shit.
Yeah.
I do all the house, like the housework, the heavy duty stuff. I fix the dryer and I fix the garbage disposal and I'm checking our oil to make sure everybody's good. And like, I'm in my masculine energy as where, what would it be like if a dude woke me up one day and was like, hey, I checked your car today, you're good. Like, I checked your oil and your, I filled up your gas
I
tank,
mean,
and oh my God, can you imagine?
That's my business, you know. If Shawna had car problems once, I was like, hey, I'll come over and take a look at it.
Yeah.
No, it would be amazing. Yeah. But I see it in everybody's relationships. It's not just mine. And I see it in the way that I talk these days, the way that I sit these days, the way that I act these days. I'm always in my mask energy. I'm always masculine in my energy, and I hate that because I have not had a man in a million years that allowed me.
Well, then guys are like, calm down, smile. Give me something to fucking smile about.
Exactly. I'm terrified, bitch.
Right?
I'm ready to shank you.
With my boyfriend, okay, before I met him, I would consider myself, like, non-binary or gender fluid. And before I met him, I was very, like, masculine. I was using he, they pronouns. Like, I was really, like, trying to be masculine. And then after meeting him, I feel like I get, like, more and more feminine. Like, I'm fine with, like, she, her. I don't even care. I'm a woman. I'm a lady. Like, I feel so pretty now. And, like, my boyfriend can just do everything for me.
Aww.
Like, it's sorry.
She's like, I'm the 1%. So screw all of you.
I'm sorry. But like, it's so, like, interesting, like, I don't know, like, how that just completely shifted, because I didn't think that would happen when I was, you know, with this person that, like, never really seemed like they even fucking liked me, and I was, like, being their
responsible for everything.
Yeah, I was being their parent, basically. I was making all the money, and they would stay home all day and play video games. And
we date the same person.
Yeah, and, like, in that time, I was very, like, trying to present masculine, because that is, like, how I felt. And I think there are still moments where whatever, gender is a crazy fucking whatever. But I've been feeling like I've been exploring, like, not exploring, but, like, going back into, like, my feminine side, and, like, exploring different aspects of it too, because before, with my other boyfriends or partners, they would, like, my femininity was, like, so girl-like,
right,
instead of woman-like, because they liked that. They liked the girl in me instead of the woman in me. So now I'm like...
That is, like, huge. That was a good thing to point out, honestly.
Yeah, it's a lot different. Like, when I'm feminine now, it is so different than when I was feminine, like, a couple of years ago. Right. Because, like, a couple of years ago, it was, like, pink, soft, like, almost, like, childlike or baby-like, and now it's like, I feel like a woman, and, like, my boyfriend thinks, like, that's sexy, instead of looking like
it literally does
baby.
take a man to handle a woman, because the boys can't. When you make that decision, like, when you grow in that way, the boys can't handle it.
Yeah.
So the moral to the story is 20% of us can be happy.
And it's just her, and we're all screwed. So we'll be here till the end of time complaining. Actually, it's funny you brought up that movie, Eternal Sunshine. I always feel like that character, but I'm always like, do we all feel like that character?
Yes. Very Clementine.
Yeah. Are we all
something.
Clementine?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
seriously.
definitely Jim Carrey in that.
Joel. And she's under the table with him as a kid. Because and it's also interesting as mothers. Once we grow up and we become mothers, the way that we can even view our partners, we see every part of you. We see you as a child. We see you as a teenager. We see you in so many levels that there's no way to separate that. Once you're a mom, you sort of dissect everybody in that way.
Right.
And you can start to see that the people that you date or that you're with, you see where they capped.
Yeah.
They hit like 22 and they were like, that's it, I'm out. This is as much growth as I'll ever have. And you're like, shit, I'm not raising another one. I'm out. You know?
Yeah.
But in that movie, I always feel like her, and she's like, everybody always looks at me like a character. Mm-hmm. Everybody always thinks that I'm here to, like, improve their life or something. Like, I'm some storybook character. Like, she's so pretty and we're going to have this little love affair. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like you're an idea.
Yeah.
And that sucks. because you're a few weeks in and you're no longer an idea because they don't want to listen to you anymore when you're like, my washer died and I gotta go to the laundromat, and like now you're not.
Yeah, you're not.
That's not it. Yeah. And now all of a sudden, I'm playing video games. I'm gonna go hang out with bros. I'll talk to you on Saturday. You know, like, oh shit.
You're like, okay, do you want your oil changed?
I need to. I'm 30 short on rent right now. The fuck you need? How's your garbage disposal?
I don't know. My problem is I have that like the superhero complex where I've got to try to fix everything.
Yeah, we don't like that either.
Yeah, no.
And I'm not saying superhero.
They were like, we don't like you anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's that's why you're all friends.
I think it's hard for us when someone wants to save us. That it's hard to accept that help.
It is hard to step down once you've had it.
Well, and
you know you're in control. Control is a huge thing now. Honestly, I don't think that we experienced watching women have to force so much control when we were kids. Now we have to have full control.
But that would be if I was expecting something back for doing something
and
nice.
when is somebody not, though? Like, imagine.
I don't know, I'm a unicorn.
You are a unicorn.
All right, with that, I think we'll wrap this up. But this is, again, Alisa, you're definitely invited next time we do this. we plan on trying to do this regularly because this is way better than talking about the state of affairs in the world and everything else.
Right, it's been really fun, you guys. Thank you.
Sarah.
Seriously, thank you.
Yeah, and definitely can miss Snow on this one and stuff like that. Miss Shelley on this one too. I wonder if she would get mad at me if I played the voicemail she sent me the other time. It was hilarious. I'll ask her permission first. But anyway, thank all of you for coming on. Again,
thank you.
Filling the
Thanks
spot.
for having us.
Yeah, it's great. And we'll be doing this again, and we'll be doing Pride.
Yeah.
Cool.
Stella's going to sit in and co-host a couple of these on Pride.
Hooray.
Yeah, so.
Nice.
All right.
Go lesbians.
Go lesbians. Shout out to all the
Big
sapphic
fan.
women.
All right, thank you all. And we'll talk to you next time.